Uh, So far, we have discussed about the implementation, user creation, implementation, user creation. Okay, implementation, user creation. How to connect with the Oracle Cloud database. Okay, how to connect with Oracle Cloud database. Okay, and how to create implementation project. How to create implementation project. How to see the Vision Cloud versions. How to see the Vision Cloud versions. Okay, implementation, user creation. How to connect with Oracle Cloud database. How to see the Vision Cloud versions. How to create the implementation project. So this is what we have covered, right? Now we have not seen how to create an employee user. How to create an employee user. So we have created an implementation user, right? But employee user I have not shown. Employee user how to create I will show you now. Okay. So to create an employee user, okay, to create an employee user, we need to have a role called. We need to have a role called. Hmm? We need to have a role called HR specialist. Hmm? So we need to have a role called HR specialist. Hmm? So to create an employee user, we need to have a role called HR specialist. Okay. So to create an implementation user, what is the role required? IT security manager. Manager. Hmm? To create an employee user, we need to have a role called HR specialist. 1 minute, guys. Second. So we need to have a role called HR specialist view. So after adding the HR specialist view all, to the user, you will get the new person option. So by using the new person only, we will create the employee user. Once again, I'll tell you guys, after adding the HR specialist view all to the user, we'll get the new person option. Okay. So by using this new person option only, we are going to create the employee user. Okay. So UTH, UTH. So if you look at this one, you see this one, this is the main user, right? This is the main user. You are seeing the new person option. So this is the new instance. What I will do, I will create one user here. The beginning step, whenever the new instance will come, the beginning step is we have to create the user. Add user account. Add user account. Start on June 20. Control 15. Whenever a new instance will come, this is the first step we need to do. Application implementation consultant. Application implementation consultant. Okay. Add these three roles. Okay. Add these three roles. So now log into that Apple start at June 24. You will not see the new person option. Why you will not see new person option? We have not added HR specialist view, all right. If you look at this one, client group, so you will not see the new person option. Why? Because we have not added the role called. We have not added the role called HR specialist view all. So add HR specialist view all to user. So which user? This user. Tools, security console, that's June 24. June 24 user. Edit. Add role. Hmm? 7 close. 7 close. Done. So what will be the changes happen in the application level? In the my client group, new person option will come, but immediately it will not come. Let me sign out and sign in. Sign out and sign in. Sign out and re-sign in. My client group, new person. Otherwise, you can go like this also. My client group, new person. So remember this point, guys. Very, very important point. So when you want to create an implementation user, we need to have this role. When you want to create an employee user, HR specialist view or we need to add. HR specialist view or we need to add. Clear, right? To become an employee user, we need to have a role called HR specialist view or. Okay. So let me. So when you add the HR specialist view, what is the option will come? Your personal option to create the employee user. Okay. And after you create the employee user, okay. After you create the employee user, to see whether employee user created or not. Hmm? Whether employee user created or not. After you create the employee user, to see whether employee user created or not. Hmm? So there is an option called person management. Hmm? So using person management screen, we can find employee user created or not. Hmm? So when you add the HR specialist view all, we'll get the new person option. By using new person option, we can create an employee user. After you create an employee user, you can see person management screen. You can find the employee user created or not. Okay. So first of all, who is the employee in the company? For example, when you go to the Reliance Smart or something, you can go to any big shops, shopping malls. So company, they are going to give some bills to you, right? Bill to you. Is the employee company. So just I'm telling one example, but in the company there are many employees are there. So they know how to use the system. Employee user or end user, they know how to use the system, but they don't know application how it works. Okay. So let's say for example, I'm joining in the Wipro company. Example I'm telling you. After you join the Wipro company, you are going to mention one form, right? You mention your details, everything you mention, right? So what HR will do? HR will take that form. HR will take that form and they will enter the data in the new person screen, hire an employee screen. So if you go to hire an employee screen, so what HR will do? HR will enter like this. I have to fill vacant position. So which legal entity the employee belongs to? Hmm? For example, I want to hire an employee for US1 legal entity. Hmm? I want to hire an employee for US1 legal entity. Okay. And last name, I'll mention EVK dot EVK MP user. Any name you can mention. EVK MP user. Any name you can mention. Hmm? Last name this one, first name this one. Okay. Next. EVK MP user. Click on next. Following, right? This employee will enter the details of the person. I'm not entering all the details. Just I'm showing how to create the employee user. Our main focus will be what after you create the employee user, what will be happen? Where the employee data will be stored. How to see in the this employee data in the whether after you create the employee user, whether we can log in with the employee user or not. That all we'll see today. Click on next. Click on next. Address line one. The employee address. The employee address street one. After you create an employee user, click on next. After you create an employee user, whether that employee created or not, you can go for the person management screen. Hmm? So you enter some data on business unit. Here's one business unit. Here's one business unit. Click on next. Next. See. So I'm creating the first name is user.tvk tvk Save. Changes are saved. After you save, make sure that submit. After you save, make sure that submit. Remember this one. Yes. Understand, right? So what I told you guys, after you create an employee user, so how we know that whether employee user created or not? I told you, right?
New person.
No. Person management we have to go. We have to go to person management. So guys, you can go from here or you can go to navigator, both are same. See, you can go to my client group person management or you can go to my client group person management, both are same. So you from here also same page open, from here also same page open, same web page will be open. So click on person management, click on person management, click on person management. So you search here TVK something. TVK, search something like that. Created, right? TVK MP user created. Here the data coming means employee user created. And one person number also created successfully. So when you hire an employee in the company, one person ID, employee ID will be created, right? So this is that is called this one. Now I will ask one question to you guys here. Now employee created, but employee also should access this fusion, now. Then only he can do his work, right? So that means we have not entered anywhere for the we have not entered anywhere his employee username and password, right? So now my question is, can we log in? Can we log in at this moment? Can we log in with the Fusion application using this employee user or not?
No.
At this moment.
No.
You have
For
to.
that one, we need to create a password.
How to create the password?
The person don't have any instance.
Go to that user and search that user.
Just to have to create the only the employee, not an user, right? Only.
Correct, very good. So that is the correct answer. See, we have created employee right here, but we have not created the user. So in Oracle Fusion, what will happen is, listen carefully, pay attention here. After you create the employee user, okay, after you create the employee in the person management, okay, person screens, automatically what will happen? Automatically one user will create under security console with the same name. So whatever the employee name is there, right? That employee name, same name, it will create the user automatically. So that is a standard Oracle behavior. You don't need to create separately user for that. Yeah, I will tell you that also now. So now we have to go to security console. Have to go to security console. Tools, security console. Go to security console. Users. Go to security console users. Security console not users. You can search like this TVK. tvk emp user. Created or not? First name and last name. Last name is tvk emp, user is the first name. Okay, na? So that means when person created in the employee management, automatically that employee against one user will be created. Where? In the security console. But it definitely will ask this question to me, sir. But here we will see implementation also, na? Here we will see implementation also, and employee also, both are there. But how we know that which is employee user, which is implementation user? See, here we can see, for example, today I have created one user called applestar dot June14th. So you are seeing employee user, sorry, this is implementation user. And okay, and what is the other one? Okay, tvk.emp user. But how you know that this is employee user, this is implementation user? So this is we have created, right? tvk.employee user we have created, but someone has created. How you can differentiate between this is employee user or this is IMP user? If you go to the, if you click this one, automatically one employee role also added to the this user. So automatically one employee role also added to the user. So this is called abstract role. I think when we discuss about the abstract role, that time I will explain more on that. So our last sorry, in the security, our last topic is abstract role. Okay, let me note on this point. Note, when you create an employee user, automatically one role will add to the user. That role called employee. So here employee user is your employee role. Sorry, your employee role is abstract. So our last topic is abstract role. That time you remember me, class 5 we had class 5. Today class 5 now. In the class 5, this point I am going to explain that time. I think 14th class or 15th class. We are not created. We have added the employee role. We have added. No. Let me. Still, I have not covered that point. Still, I have not covered. After that, you can ask question. Okay. So now this is clear, na? Okay. Clear, right? So this is not difference.
So Amshi, why you are telling that employee role is abstract role?
Yeah, here it is there, na? Abstract role.
This abstract is a kind of role type from role as
Role type. Role type.
as-
See, actually, this point I cannot discuss now. When we discussed about the types of role, this point will come. Just remember this point.
Hello.
Just remember this point. But abstract role I will discuss later. So just I think this is not context to discuss about the abstract role. But when we discuss about the types of role, that time I will explain. For
So
now, you
when
just
we were adding that employee role previously, we used to for showing the me options, we used to not get per employee abstract, right? Over there.
correct. So that is completely different than this one here.
Okay.
See, just to you remember this point. Automatically added right employee role. That point you can remember. But when we discussed about the abstract role, that time I will explain more.
Differentiate between these two.
See, this we can add to another users also, right? Manually. This role.
Yes, other user also you can add. That we added na last class. Employee role we added other users also. That's not a problem. But automatically added na, that is the important point. Did we added abstract role? Sorry, employee role to the employee user? No, right? Automatically added. So that point you remember, guys. I'm telling you.
Yeah, if you go to that screen, right, once. So here it is saying assignable no and
This I
auto
will tell you
provision.
guys, don't worry. This assignable and auto provision I will tell you later.
No, when you created this user, this role came automatically, right? So which is auto provisioned.
Yeah, this will automatically came, correct. This will
No,
automatically came.
yeah, when we add separately roles, it is not giving that auto provision, and it says assignable yes.
Yeah, auto provision means automatically added that role. Automatically added to that user. That is the
Yeah, if you are something added by yourself, then it is assignable yes, and it is not auto provision. When you
correct.
create an user, this came as abstract and auto provision yes,
Yes.
in the vice
Yeah, this
versa.
that is the reason I'm telling this point. I will tell
Yeah.
you last class. Okay. So you just remember when we create an employee, when we create an employee user, automatically the employee role added to the user. Okay. Remember this point. The context of the topic is not like that. Okay. Now, if you see the employee user, you see this section. Let me take the screenshot. Even implementation user also employee user will be there. Remember this point. Implementation user also employee role will be there. But if you look at this one, this will not be there for implementation user.
Vamsi,
This
one,
section.
one thing, Vamsi, if you're not adding that employee role as for our user, it and create an employee user, it will automatically add employee role or
Employee role automatically added, na?
no. See, I think what I'm saying, what I'm asking is, Vamsi, if you're adding while creating the user, right, you're adding the employee role, right, in our user.
That is for only for our data model purpose, na?
That is not related. That is not there no linking, right? That employee, the
No,
template.
that will not do anything.
Okay,
That
okay,
is only for a data model purpose we added.
okay, fine.
Okay. That is only for data model we are not getting right. That is the reason I added employee role to the our implementation user. Okay. But if you look at this one, associated worker information, this will not be there for implementation user. If you look at the implementation user screen, mp4 June 24th. See, you will not see, right? So this is the difference between if you want to know whether it is implementation user or employee user. So this is the difference. See, implementation user you will not have this section. This is only for identification, guys. This is only for identification whether it is employee user or whether it is implementation user. But for sure, I'm telling you guys, for employee user rights to create many things in the company. For example, I want to create the purchase orders. Purchase order who will create in the company? For example, I want to purchase some items from the supplier. Who will create implementation user or employee? Na? Company employee will be create, right? So those kind of options will be accessible by only employee user. Right or not? For example, I want to buy 100 laptops from the Dell supplier. So if you create the employee user, you try to create the purchase order using implementation user, it will not allow. It will not allow. Got it or not? Okay, if you create the employee user and you try to create the purchase order, it will allow. So those kind of privileges will come automatically for the employee user. Remember this point. So when we do the purchase order creation, when we do the supplier sites creation, that time you will understand more. For now, you understand, no? But just identification, what is the difference? Worker information. Okay, is it clear now? Now, coming to the how to log in with the how to log in with how to log in with employee user with the Fusion application. I will tell you. So you have not created any password now. So there is an option called reset password. Understand, right? Click on reset password. You may definitely ask this question to me now. Sir, when we do real time, when we create the employee user, they will not have access to IT security manager now. How they will reset the password? Correct or not? Correct, right? So now what will happen in the real time? What will happen in the real time? They they will get one link. When you enter the employee data, there is an email option will be there. But I have not entered email. But when you enter the email, you will get the email for the reset the password. Understand or not? So that reset password, they will get the link, and from the link they will do the resetting the password. Okay. So, but I have not given the email name while you create the employee user. That is the reason I have not shown that step. But in the real time, it will be like that. So, just for your namesake, I am showing here how to reset the password for the employee user. Okay, manually change the password. I will give them reset password. Now, what I will do, I will user whether we can log in into Oracle Fusion application or not. I will show you now. So, go to the user dot welcome. Okay. So you can able to log in right user.tvk. Understand, right? So now you will not have a security console option. See, there is no security console option, right? Understand or not? Now, in the company, what will happen is they will create Narendra, Pratap, Sharat, Basha. So they will create the employee user like this. Narendra is on employee user, Pratap, Sharat, Basha, Bharat, Archana. So they will create the employee users like this. And they will assign Narendra with the invoice user. Pratap, purchase orders. Sharat, HR. Basha, I can say receipt creations. You know receipt, right? Bharat? Okay, let's consider only this one. That means Narendra, Pratap, Sharat and Basha, they are all the employee users. They will assign only invoice related roles to Narendra. They will assign purchase order roles to the Pratap. Now you tell me, Sharat, which role we need to add? Who is create the employees in the company? HR will be create the employees now. So which role we need to add? Today only I discussed.
HR specialist view
HR specialist view all. Today only we discussed now. That. Okay, we need to have a role called HR specialist view all. That means, for example, Sharat is HR. Now what they will do? They will create the employee user first. Then they are going to add the HR specialist view all to the Sharat user. Then what Sharat will do? Sharat will log into the Fusion application. He is going to create the employees. He cannot have options for invoices. He cannot have options for purchase orders. He cannot have options for receipt. Why will give the security console option for Sharat? Why? Because he is employee user or end user. Understand or not? So even same way, Narendra also invoice related roles we are going to add to the Narendra, and purchase order related roles to Pratap. receipt related roles to Basha. Receipt and bills. No confusion, right? So this is the way real time it will happen. But implementation user, remember this point. Always have which one? IT security, application implementation consultant, then employee. But end users will not have these roles here. Assume that tvk emp dot user is the HR. Now what implementation user will do? Implementation user will search this user. Implementation user will search this user. Then he will add the HR specialist view all to Sharath. tvk.emp user. Then tvk.emp.user is the rights to create the employees. That is what it is happening in the real time. Got it or not? Because these employee users will not have rights to add the roles to that user now. Because there is no security console. Because there is no security console for employee users. Correct and understand or now? This is the way it will happen in the real time. At this moment, any question, feel free to ask me, guys.
Yeah, so HR need IT security console, or if he gets just HR role?
No, not required.
Okay.
HR will be create only employees, no?
Yeah.
Okay, let's consider one example.
And one more question. And he can only create employees, but he cannot assign the roles to the new employees, right? Can he
No,
do
why
that?
we have to assign the why this guy has to assign the roles to the people?
Okay, so again, for any access, so consider
Implementation user will do.
yeah, okay, I'm a HR. I hired some guy
Hmm.
for some role.
Hmm.
But HR can create an user for him, but for any roles to assign, he need to redirect to implementation user.
Exactly correct.
Okay.
Exactly correct. Understand, right? So that is what is happening in the real time. And this guy, what he will do, he is going to create an employees, and when he creates the employee, he is going to send his email ID also, employee email also. So that employee will get the email now. So from that email, he will reset password, something will be there. Okay. So whenever employee has been created in the system, okay, so that employee belongs to which category? Which category means invoice category or purchase category, sales manager category, different. See, if it is business means different things will be there now. Every category, some roles will be there. That roles we have to associate to add to respect to employee. Okay. For example, tvk.emp user is the HR we already discussed now. You consider tvk.emp.user is the invoice creation. Invoice, he can able to create the invoice. Then what company will do? Company will assign this task to one of the implementation user. So here implementation user is the Apple Star dot June24. Company head or maybe project manager or team lead, someone will assign the ticket to implementation user, saying that tvk emp user either rights to create tvk emp user is the invoice creator, assign the appropriate roles to him. Okay, now let's do this one so that you will get the clarity. Okay, so now where we need to go? Yes,
Apple Star.
Apple Star at June24 user we need to go. Why? Because he is the implementation user. Okay, so this is what it will happen in the real time. So now what you will do? Which user you want to add the invoice creation? Tell me. Which user should create the invoices?
TVK. User.tvk.
User.tvk. Go to the users. enter user.tvk emp, edit. Now this is the implementation the task. Add role. So you add the role called accounts payable, accounts payable invoice supervisor, accounts payable invoice supervisor role we need to add. So these role names we have to find out, guys. A lot of roles are there, but you will understand, guys. Yeah, that we'll discuss. Don't worry. Huh? Save and close. In the company, functional consultant will be there. Functional consultant will guide you the roles, which roles for which purpose. Okay, done. Now, what? Now let's go to the tvk dot tvk dot. Go to the user dot tvk. Now user.tbk employee is the rights to create the invoices. If you see here, go to the procurement. Go to the procurement. Go to the payables. Create the invoices. Understand or no? Same thing. For example, Pratap. Pratap also will create the employee user. Sorry, HR will be create the employee user. Then implementation user will add the related roles to the Pratap user. Purchase, whatever the purchase order related rules, they will add to the Pratap user, like that. No confusion, right? Or anything you can ask me is now.
So basically at the start, the concept is similar to implementation user, right? We need to go to user and create an employee user and
Okay.
add the roles.
Correct.
And then after logging into our employee user, then we need to create an employee after adding that role called HR specialist view.
Correct.
Okay, so that is also called as employee user.
Employee user is
In the new
no.
person option which we create, that is employees, right?
Correct. New person option. Yeah, new person option will come, right? That is employee
Yes.
user.
That is also employee user.
Yeah. By using the new person only, we can create the employee user. So how you can get the employee user, guys? We have to add the role called HR specialist. We all do that user. Then only employee users can be created.
This Apple Star June 24 is the implementation user, right? So that's why you can able to add all this
Exactly.
code.
Correct. Apple Start at June 24 is the implementation user, right? So that is the reason he has a rights to assign the any role to any user. Super user or develop implementation user, not super user. Implementation user. Implementation do any kind of implementation activities, development activities. But tbk.emp.user is the employee user. He doesn't have permission to add any roles to any user because he's only to do the work, assign whatever the roles he has assigned, that roles only has to do. So that is the concept of the users and role. But from next class onwards, we'll discuss about the types of roles. Types of roles still I have not covered. That I will start on tomorrow class. And one more difference I have not shown, guys. In the backend table also.
Finally, hello.
Yeah. Tell me. Okay. So in the backend table, employee user data where it will store. See, I have shown implementation user, it will store into per_ users. But what about employee user? See, employee user data will store into which table?
_, user.
And what is the difference between how to identify in the backend level? In the front end level, I have shown associated worker information. In the backend level, how you know that which is employee user or which is implementation user?
I think person number ID is there.
Job roles
due to some column.
Two value.
Two roles.
I think we have person number, right?
I mean, any of the columns specifies whether it's implementation or just user.
I will tell you. Which user we need to go?
Apple Store.
What? I will tell you. Security console. Users. Sorry. Where to go to database?
Report.
Create data. Let's start from _users. Username in. And we standard June14th, comma. So what is that? User dot.
User dot.
So now you see the difference. See what is the difference?
No person ID.
Implementation user, there is no person ID. Data will be stored into per user table. This is the difference. Understand or not? How can we find out the user to the SQL? Like all employees have registered. Then you can mention person ID is not null. So there is this is called null. This is called null. This is called not null. Yeah, that is possible. Yeah, you go here like this. What you will do? You go here. You can mention where person underscore ID is null. Null and what is mean by null? There is no data. Implementation user, correct. It is implementation user. If not null means that means now whatever you are querying the data, right? So this is all are employee users. For only implementation, we don't have a person ID. Person ID will not be generated. To see that, what we will do? Like that. The more we'll discuss, guys, don't worry. No? This queries and all we'll discuss. Okay. Is he implementation user or not? How we can find? Is there any specific through database? Through database. This is the way. This is the way only we can find out.
And here it is not showing Apple Store.
You can search one more uncondition here. See, you can write like this and username equal to
No, no, by default, it should give all the, right?
It is give all. By default, it will give all. But if you
But in
want to,
It gives the number of rows limitation.
number of, see here, if you see number of rows, only 5. You can change
acha,
to,
okay, okay. I
yes,
didn't see that.
you can change to 200.
Yeah, in the first 5 set, I didn't see the tuples, so that's the reason I asked. Got it.
Okay, na? Tomorrow also I will take the class, but Sunday we'll take the break.
Yeah,
Huh?
Vamshi is
Monday Bakrid, right? Okay.
Monday.
Monday will take, okay, Monday will take the off. Saturday will take the class tomorrow. Monday Bakrid festival is there. Okay. So we'll give the break for the Monday. Again, Tuesday will continue.
Vamshi, is in any other table we have to see the employee data?
Employee data, you are using the same table, Vamshi.
Same table. Same table will be the per underscore users only, but employee data will be stored into some other tables also that we will discuss when we do the reports. PIP report, that time I will tell you. For now, you just see this one. If I go for more queries, now people will get confused now. Okay. Some other tables also will be hit for the employees information that we will discuss when we go for the reports. When we develop the report, that time I will discuss more on that. For now, you see this one. Other users are employed.
Krishna,
Yeah.
today actually this is my second class. Like your demo class I've attended, and today, in last week I was on leave. I was on vacation, so just today only I attended this class.
Okay.
If I go through that recorded classes, will that fine, right?
Yeah, you can go through that old classes. I think I already. You are in the group or not?
Yes, I am there in the group, but last 4 days I am not there.
Okay. There is, I think my institute admin has sent 4 videos in the group. You go through that. Tomorrow, yeah, you go through that. And tomorrow I will take the class. But Sunday and Monday no class. Tuesday I will continue. Because of Monday, why I am not taking it? Because Muslim people have a festival. You take the break for that.
Okay.
Thank you guys. Take care. Tomorrow I will continue same time 9 to 10.
Okay.